There are different types of pleats. Since this is for school, I'll be assuming it's the one at the bottom right. Because you haven't done this before, I will take it step by step to make it easy as much as possible. The measurement you'll be needing is the waistline and the length of the skirt. Here I'll be using 7 inches. Using this paper, I'll demonstrate the amount of fabric you need per pleat. To make 1 inch pleat, I'm going to need 3 inches fabric. The outer part I'm going to assume is my sewing allowance. I have 1, 2, 3 inches here. So I'm going to fold starting from the second line. I'm going to fold that straight all the way and then match up the second line to the first line. And then match these over to the last line, just as I'm doing it here. So you need 3 inches to make 1 pleat. I'm going to go over this again. Fold and just the same way, and this is the sewing allowance. Let's say you want to achieve 3 pleats. You're going to multiply that 3 pleats times 3 inches, which would give us 9, and I mark that all out. So I have 1, 2 to 9 here, and I fold just like I did before. I fold the second one, I go to the next line, fold the second one. Okay, just follow the process and you get this right. You fold. So this is the second pleat. We have made use of 6 inches here. So with the remaining 3 inches, I'm going to go over to the next line and fold again, and we have our complete 3 inches. So here now we have 3 pleats. Next, I will show you how you use your waistline to calculate for the amount of fabric you'll be needing. The waist here would be 13.5 inches. This is just a small dress form, so it's really small. This 13.5, I'll multiply it by 3 inches, which gave me 40.5 inches. And then I will add plus 2 inch sewing allowance plus zipper allowance. And this would give me 42.5 inches. Now to convert this 42.5 into yardage, remember we have 36 inches in 1 yard. We will then divide 42.5 by 36 inches, which would give about 1.181. When you go to buy your fabric, you can approximate this to 1.5 yards. It's better to have an excess fabric rather than to have less. Moving forward, I have cut out the 42.5 inches and then also the length of the skirt, which is 7 inches. I took away 1 inch for the waistband and then added extra 1.5 inches. This 1.5 inches, I will use half inch to sew at the waistline to attach the waistband, and the remaining 1 inch I will use to hem. Now I'm marking out the 1 inch just as I did on the paper. I have marked it out. This would be my sewing allowance, and then I'm going to start from the second line, just like I demonstrated in the paper. I will fold that over and pin. I'll go over to the next one and repeat, but then I realized that I needed to hem this before I continue the pleating. This will make it easier for you rather than trying to maneuver the whole thing when you have already pleated it. So I'm going to take off the pin and fold by half an inch and sew very close to the edge line, just like this. So make sure you mark this out and iron. I've been sewing for a while, so I know what my 1/2 inch looks like. So this is what I've sewn very close to the edge, and this is the back. I'm going to trim this to reduce bulk. After cutting, I'm going to fold again by 1/2 inch to make up for the 1 inch allowance I made for the hem. I will now sew on the same line I made. So this is it after sewing. I'll go back and continue with the pleats. This time I decided to use my pressing iron because it makes it much easier for me. After I'm done with this, I'll go over to my sewing machine and sew on the waistline to hold down the pleats. I've done so. This is the waistband and it is 13.5 inches plus 2 inches for the sewing allowance. On fold, I'm going to have 1.5 inch. I'll be using 1/2 inch from that to attach it to the skirt, and the remaining 1 inch will be the actual waistband. So far, this is what we have. In the next video, I will show you how to attach the waistband and the zip. If this video was helpful, let me know in the comment section. See you in the next video.